programmers.com, and today we're going to be doing a lesson on linear patterns, and we're going to be doing a fill with that as well. Before I get into that, of course, I'm going to talk about the website that is launching the first week of January. You can still go on there, but first week of January is when we will be starting all of our new stuff, and we will be doing live lessons now, which is great because it's going to be way more interactive. You guys can ask me a bunch of questions in real time, and also it's just going to be $9.95 per month, and we are also doing a 30-day free trial. So with that being said, let's get into the lesson. Now today's lesson, like I said, was linear patterns, but there's a weird thing. It's not really a beginner lesson or an intermediate lesson because it's one of those things that you decide where you want to take it. I'm gonna be starting with like a beginner pattern, and you guys can like just decide how far you want to go with it because you can make it whatever you want it to be. Now, a linear pattern is basically just a group of notes that they float and they don't hit at the same time. So, like for right left, right left, right left, for example, that's a linear pattern because nothing's hitting at the same time. But if you do right left, and then a kick and a right hand at the same time, that is not a linear pattern. So the linear pattern that I'm going to be teaching you guys today is it's pretty long, but it is very cool even just by itself. Now, here's the sticking. Kick, right, left, kick, right. And here's what it sounds like on the snare. It's pretty fast. Okay. Now, obviously, it's pretty cool, and I mean, you do want to get used to that, so let's just do that at 60 beats per minute. Is my mesh note? There it is. Alright, so obviously, the sticking for that, oh my gosh. Sorry, my mic was muted, so that's probably why you didn't hear me talking. But, obviously the sticking for that is, it's pretty hard for a beginner, but I think you guys can learn that for now. So let's just go to 80 beats per minute. Now, we are going to go to 100 beats per minute, but like I'm going to say, always, for the rest of my life probably, just don't rush it. Because when you rush things, you're just going to not learn anything. So, let's go to 100 beats per minute, and don't expect this to be easy because it actually is going to be pretty fast. Like, I'm gonna have to get used to it. To unmuting and muting my mic. But that's the just the regular linear pattern. And now we're going to get into a fill. Now the fill is simple, I'll say that, like with where we're placing our hits, but it is very effective when you do it at high speed. Now just because I say that, I don't want you guys to be like, oh, well he said it's really good at high speed, so I'm just going to zoom right past everything and start at 100 beats per minute. No, still get used to it at 60 beats per minute, get used to it at 80, and then at 100. Maybe even at 120. But basically all we're doing is taking that first right after the kick, and we're going to be moving it right here. And then the last right, you move it to the rack tom. So that'll sound like this. Obviously, it's a pretty cool fill, and I honestly might use it after this because it's pretty fun. And that shows you how, you know, simple linear patterns can be, and how like cool they are. It's really the thing that you can be a beginner and learn it, and people will just think you're advanced. You're really good at fills, and it's kind of, you know, a dirty little secret because it just sounds really, really cool. So with that being said, let's go into 60 beats per minute. And you may notice, even at 60 beats per minute, it still sounds really cool. So we're just going to go to 80 beats per minute. And again, if you're stuck at 60, don't worry. I've been there before. Just keep practicing. Alright, now that we've done that, we can actually go to 100 beats per minute, and again, it's going to be really fast, so I don't expect you guys to get this right away. Just keep practicing, just don't rush it, because that's one of the worst things that you can do. I remember when I used to try and learn things that, you know, were kind of hard and difficult, I would always just try to rush it, because I'd get too frustrated, and I'd be like, oh, this is stupid, why am I even going slow anyway? But when you take your time and you finally learn it and you get it down, it just feels way better. So, let's go to 100 beats per minute. Now a couple of times in there I switched it up, you know, the placement, the floor tom and the rack tom and the floor tom. But that's just to show you that you can move it around. That you can move it around and it oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Alright, my mic was muted that whole time, but that's alright. I was basically just saying that you know, I was switching the sticking, or no, I wasn't switching the sticking at all, but I was switching the placement of my right hand. I kind of reversed these two, and that's basically just to show you that you can move it around anywhere you want, and it's really cool to add variety to your fills, and it's one of the key parts of being a great drummer. Now, since we've done that fill, we're actually going to move into kind of an extra fill, and this is pretty challenging, so I want you guys to do it, but again, I don't want you guys to rush through this thing. But here it is. Basically, all we're doing is taking the rights that we moved around the kit, and we're just going to put it on the hi-hat. And so it's like kick, right, left, kick, right. And that's basically it. I'll just play it right now. So yeah, that's basically it. It's a pretty cool fill, especially if you like blend it into a groove and it's like kind of don't even know it's there. It just sounds really cool. So let's just do that at 60 beats per minute. And then I'll add in your spice at 100 beats per minute.
Sounds good.
Let me fix this. So that's it at 60 beats per minute. Not a lot to say. Let's just go up to 80 beats per minute. So, I said at 80, it's, I think it's pretty fast there, but again, yeah. When we go to 100 beats per minute, it's just going to get even faster. Now, something that my dad recommended while we were coming up for this plan, he recommended that what you would do is you keep the first hit hi-hat, you keep it closed, but what you actually do for the rest of them is you open it up, which sounds pretty cool. I'll just show you guys what it sounds like. And obviously it's really cool, but you know, controlling opening up that hi-hat and closing it just to the time where you get that nice psst that you want, it can be very challenging, especially if you don't have a great hi-hat. So just don't get too mad if you can't do it. But with that being said, I'm basically on 100 beats per minute. I'm gonna go one of the regular fills, and then just for the second one, I'm gonna go open hi-hats.
Can you alternate between the open hi-hats and the tom fills?
Huh?
Between the open hi-hats and then the tom, where you
no,
put on
just
the tom?
alternate between the do you want me to do that?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'll do that. So just, I guess we'll open hi-hats and then the first tom fill that I showed you guys, and we'll just alternate between those. pretty much it at 100 beats per minute. That is the end of the lesson, but I do want to tell you guys, I don't know if I said it or not, but linear patterns are meant to be builded on, or are meant to be built on. I can't use English right now. So basically what I'm saying is just take any linear pattern and move it around the kit, and you can go from a beginner linear pattern to an advanced fill very quick. You know, one of my favorite things to do when I find a fill is to just change it up a little bit, and that's how you make your own fills. It's very, very effective in surprising you. You're like, oh, I never knew I could do this. I never knew this was possible. I've never heard this before. It's a great thing to do. But that is the end of the lesson, and I do want to talk to you guys about armyofdrummers.com because I'm very excited to announce that we'll be starting live lessons because I'm live right now on YouTube. And the lessons are $9.95 per month. But do remember that we do have a 30-day free trial. So, that being said, I'll see you guys in the next live lesson. Oh my god! Ah! Okay. Basically, I just talk so much, and I have my thing on mute. Okay, but what I was saying was linear equations are meant to be built on...
Linear equations?
Huh?
Linear equations?
That's what we're learning in math right now. Okay. Linear patterns are meant to be builded on.
Built upon?
Built
upon. Yeah.
Oh.
So you start there and you build upon.
Okay. Linear patterns are meant to be built upon.
Meant to be built upon.
Linear patterns are meant to be built upon. So basically that means you can take any linear pattern, move it around the kit, do whatever you want with it, and it'll just sound 10 times better than what you started with. And it can also go from, you know, a beginner fill or just a pattern into a advanced drum lesson or advanced drum fill really quick. So that's the end of the lesson, but I do want to talk to you guys about Army of Drummers. I'm going live on YouTube right now. So shout out to you if you got to catch it before seeing this video right now. But yeah, we're starting live lessons. It's going to be way more interactive. You guys can ask me questions. And only for $9.95 a month, you get 8 live lessons. And you will get your 30-day free trial if you sign up. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next live lesson. I can't believe I did that. How many people?